This is a story about energy and information systems. And I've talked about this idea on these videos in different ways. And the year was around 2008. I had finished translating my visual spatial model into a model of gears and the mechanics of business thermodynamics. I understood and was trying to explain to people in different ways and created a website called businessvisualization.com where I was getting it organized in this way. And I realized that what was important was creating a generic framework, not just to explain this idea in the context of a marble rolling down a ramp or money flowing through a business, but more broadly, in the same way that thermodynamics is a way to understand energy transfer mathematically, that this was a way to understand it visually as a holistic system at snapshots in time. And I was formulating the ideas of how and why, how I could explain it and why this was important. Because at the time, I was meeting resistance, as I often have, with people trying to follow along with these ideas. And as I said in the previous video, I thought often that my explanation was bad. And then at different times realized that people use different words for different things. And so having like a foundational way to explain this idea without making any assumptions about what other people understand, like the fundamental first principles of this idea about energy transfer needed to be written down. And so I went back to the drawing board on my website, Business Visualization, which started as a website called Energy and Information Systems. And I merged them and added the theory of energy and information systems to the website about business visualization. And in this process of doing this, it helped me understand more clearly where I understood there to be gaps in the way that I was explaining things and the way that other people understood things. And I took a lot of things for granted. There were a lot of holes in my game. I'm sure there still are. But for example, everything I touch in a day, I know how it works. I know how cars work. I know how my phone works. And how the lights work. I don't just mean machines, microwave ovens, processes, human behavior, things people say, inflection, tone, innuendo, sarcasm. And I have models of these things that I compare things to when I'm interacting and sensing things from other people. And I only recently, when I was around 50, which was 2 years ago, really recognized that my conceptualization of the things that are happening around me, and like I said earlier in a different video, everyone's different. Everyone has different strengths and weaknesses. But my conceptualization of these things it seems like deeper and more nuanced than the people I'm explaining them to. And of course, that's because these ideas came from models in my mind, not theirs. So there's always friction when you move information across things. And so for this explanation of energy and information systems, this was the time in my life where I realized I had to simplify my explanations and focus on understanding more completely, actually, how other people process things and what other people understand, rather than just trying to explain it the way I understood it. And that was really, I think, the beginning of an sort of an awakening of my perception of interacting with other people, because I made assumptions. I would make it like I'd be in the car with my wife and my kids, and I'd be like, and they'd be like, "It's hot. Can you put on the air conditioner?" And I'm like, do you guys know how the air conditioner works? Like, what's happening? They're like, no. I'm like, do you want to know? And they're like, no. And I was like thinking, like, what other things do they not know? Even like key in a lock, or like you use a key goes in a thing and you do something. What's happening? You know? And I guess to me, there's different kinds of magic in the world. And to me, things make sense. And I try to understand what's happening. And so, by explaining these ideas about energy and information to people, really this was like a self-reflective period of my life, increase my self-awareness, and increase my ability to relate with other people and give people space for their perspective of what they understand, and try to line things up so that we could connect.